Variety princess, yeah. Variety princess, yeah. Variety princess,
Hello, everyone. Mookie's old ass is on trial. So, let's see if we can prove he's innocent. He's probably guilty, though, but we'll try. Hold on, I have to get the game pulled up. What's up, Trezo? Hi, Al Pacino. Hi, Michelle. I'm gonna try to finish this trial tonight. So this is about to be a lot of reading. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, awesome. So let's jump in where we left off. Let's not waste a second. God. Mr. McGilded. That's Mookie's old ass. Magnus is his character's name. Like the fuck. All right, Mr. McGilded. Have you been listening to the discourse of the day? Bruh, I can't. The music, the pause, I can't. I don't think I can do this tonight. To be sure, I have, my lord. He even talks like Mookie. Let me know if the sound for the game is okay. There are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. So remember, we were trying to prove that Mookie didn't kill... Who died? Was it... Oh, there was a guy. He was in the carriage with another guy. The guy turns up dead. There's 2 guys on the top and the carriage dude. They all say that Mookie's guilty. He says that he's not. So we're trying to prove that there was actually somebody in the carriage with Mookie and the other guy. So yeah. And then the prosecutor is Robert. He says he's the prosecutor, so I'm gonna be talking shit about him tonight too. How about that? So there are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. Oh yeah, and then we have the jury in this one, and they're like all idiots. So yeah, it's just gonna be a grand old time tonight, okay? We're dealing with quite a few idiots. I forget who was on the stand though. There were some weirdos on the stand. Yeah. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Yeah, why did he not talk about the fact that there was another person in there if he's innocent? Begad, no! 'Tis not in my nature to hide anything at all. The fuck? This motherfucker. It's funny because last time we played this, that person wasn't banned. So we haven't played this in a minute. Okay. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell yous all or keep me mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? The fine fella representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with meself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true? Ay, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. So why would you help the person get away if you're... Okay. See, Mookie's kind of slow, guys. You what? So he's just standing here telling the truth all of a sudden. No, Magnus McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry. So I am, Lord Van Zeek. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, what the fuck? They'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like meself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Hey, well, the wee ting just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
Who does, Michelle? We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? Bang! What the freak? Ah, smoke! Ah, fire! There's a fire! Look, someone's trying to get away! It's no use! I can't see anything through all this smoke! What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. What the hell is going on? What is going on? That sounds like Adam to you? Oh my god. What is going on right now? I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. People up in here shooting and shit? We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. To be continued. Oh, wow. Okay. So if I went a little longer last time, I could have... I want to get to the next to be continued. It's going to be a hike, but I'll get there, hopefully. Alrighty, let's save this. Last time we played was October 12th. Whoa. Oh, shit. Holy fuck. Okay. No. Dude, I just saved the shit. Yes, overwrite. I click something? Oh, I have to click back. February 18th, 12:52 p.m., the Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. Miss Sasato, I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about? So she's 15 and she got smoke bombs and shit? What the hell going on? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh yeah, people were lying about like how much it costs to ride on the omnibus and all that. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. Hi, Rissy. Counselor for the defense. Kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Okay, so who was trying to get away? Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Miss Sato. Yes. Okay, this should be very interesting. February 18th, 1 p.m. Okay. Who the hell is this? Oh my God. Who is this? There's a young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look, she must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord, I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery. But she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Why am I getting Michelle vibes? Michelle, why do I feel like this is something you would do? Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? She's scaring me. If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilded? I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this wee lass was here in the first place and why she tried to bolt like that? 'Tis all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Oh my gosh. Witness testimony. Okay, let's see. Okay, the young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, Baccarat, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I can't. I remained somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct? 'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the 5th passenger, my lord. I can't, guys, I can't. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Oh, wait. I'm still reading in Mookie's voice. That wasn't him. My bad. Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. I wish they would stop showing Robert, like, not fucking talking. All right. The young girl. Okay. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. I'm about to press everything Mookie says right here. Why do I have to press him, though? Well, I guess you only have 3 lives left? What the hell going on? Okay, let me just press him. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were. I see. And that's why I took the backside as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Then beggarah! A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a faint start. Oh my gosh.
Hold it!
A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Hey, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed? Well, now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone, but at the same moment you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. This is just the accent I get from the way his sentences, the words in his sentences are spelled. Thinking, but I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before me eyes. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. All right, let's press him about that. You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did, on the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? All right, stop showing your one eyeball. 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. For Lord Van Zees, now what would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Not the Snowies arguing. Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Oh yeah, he did lend money to that one dude. Oh my God, Michelle. Fred would be like, I told you guys. I told you she could voice act. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try where at all possible to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Sure, Jan. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? Press. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did, as far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up, it came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. What the fuck? Good gracious. Under your backside. And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course, the whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. We already looked inside the omnibus, though. I already found that. We found that the first time we looked in. Mookie's 1938 carriage. Yeah, we already saw this. Yeah. This is a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Yeah, we already saw that. And that's when I found her. There was a child in there all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. Okay, press. You say she was hiding herself. Hey, that's right. So it's hard to see in the dim light or the lamplight. But she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, me heart nearly stopped beating in me chest. You're really overacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag with her. The seat opposite. That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir? What the fuck? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find themselves in mortal danger. So I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see? Sitting kids next to corpses and shit. That sounds like Mookie. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fella's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and late Mr. Mason, and the late Mr. Mason. Hey, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature and readily confused perhaps with this young girl. After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events has explained or clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who was the girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. So you knew her name and everything and just didn't say shit. You just knew all this information and didn't say a word. Like, she's a chance that earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here, a petty thief? Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Why is Michelle not talking? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Oh my. Oh my, Michelle. How dare you? What is the meaning of this? The girl, she's gone. Open your eyes. I'm over here. What the fuck? Michelle, this is, this is, should I take my hair down? This is that voice. Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. I don't know, Michelle. Because she's shooting everybody and shit. Look at her with her little coin. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. What? I'm a professional, all right? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day down where they keep the four-wheel drag. It's nice, innit? I like the pink best. Do not wave that thing in my direction again. You almost did. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? Tis all right, lass. You can tell them the truth now. All right, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. All right, if I have to. Oh, God. What the girl saw. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell ya, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then, after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out me skin, I did, and the scream just came out. It's because of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, mine. Why is there words like that? Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. He was sitting on where she was, so she couldn't have gotten out. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Hey, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there, because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. Ah! So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question, right? Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. Here he goes with this shit again. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness, what a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. It reached. Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty? So who did it then? Mr. Naruhodo, it must mean what? That we're victorious. I don't know. We've won? Are you sure? Oh gosh, here comes. Why is he, okay, why is his leg up here? Hi, Asia. Hi, Cold K. What's up? This sounds like some clown music. If the sight of my iron-hilled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. It goes and comes, Asia. You probably hear it now. Because, like I have, like in the options, I can turn on, the effects, but they're like, some of them are cool, but like you, watch, I'll show you. I turned them off the first time I played it because I was like, I can't deal with this. What do you mean his true nature? Watch. Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Like, you can hear, like, sound effects and it's cool and stuff, but it's like that is super annoying, so that's why I've had that off for this entire, like, story. So I turned those off. But on those, like, really quiet moments where the music isn't playing, you would hear the effects, but I have them turned off. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good Lord. The evidence has been tampered with in order to corroborate Mr. McGilda's story. Someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? Dang, I wonder who did that. Maybe the girl did it. Order! Order! How come such a devious contrivance possibly been affected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary and order in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend? Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the under-seat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? No. How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? I didn't look, it was empty, it wasn't empty. It was empty. It was empty. Like, we looked beforehand. Daniel, don't crack. Don't crack. Oh yeah, Rissy, you weren't here. Jack had came into the stream the other day when Asia was here, and he said that you were Asia. He said that that was your second account. And I had to explain to him that you guys aren't the same person. I don't know where he got that from. I think it's because you guys both have like cartoons. Like she has the chibi and you have the Bitmoji as your pictures. So I don't know. I guess he assumed, but I was just like, what gave him that conclusion? I don't understand, but yeah, Daniel, don't crack. Okay, it was definitely empty because we checked at the beginning of the trial. It was empty. Yes, I'm fairly sure it was empty. But what else can I say? As I suspected, it seems, my lord, that this Eastern initiate has the scruples of a by-street wine merchant. Yeah. Daniel, you're gonna have Vanguard soon. Then you can carry me in multiplayer. Mr. Naruhodo. Perfect. 'Tis why the fella is representing me after all. He knows just what to say, does he not? Well now, it would seem the argument is moot, and the truth of the matter is therefore yous all to see after all, that their cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. That we can be sure of at least. Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. Yeah, this is who we have weighing in for us. Okay. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rule states that the omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times, so it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo, isn't that irresponsible? That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers, nothing but cowards, the lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick, of course, it's a trick. Y'all need to make up your damn minds. Jeez. Quite so. I must concur here. Oh, what? What? With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. Yeah, you guys keep going back and forth. Like, why? My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Oh my God, I don't want to do. I hate the cross-examinations. They're so annoying. Counsel, for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Of course, Professor is effing it up for us. He's super annoying. Let me get some Professor hand-in-the-face emotes in the chat, guys. I need some spamming. What the girl saw. Okay. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. Okay, press. Hold it. So you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spinning a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, innit? Why did that appear? All right, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified, and 1 little scapegrace wired in for free. The red cock of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, I see. So that's when I slip into the carriage to get myself eaten under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles at night. Press. A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on me own and the God permit at least some of the time. I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit? Oh, yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away? That's it. Only that night, this cove was sat on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah. Right, mister? To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Not necessarily. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there.
Hold it!
So you couldn't see out the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can't have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers plan themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small, dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Opson's choice. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there, nothing else for it. Then after a while, I heard this loud bang, nearly jumped out me skin, I did, and the scream just came out.
Hold it!
When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right. And then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what? I had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGilder's account, of course. But then the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should have never risked looking. Okay. It's because of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, man. Okay.
Hold it!
That's her last statement. And when Mr. McGilder discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place? I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason? Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his gut. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit, and he ended up falling onto me. Ugh, how awful. Both me and got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passenger saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilded for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff, wanted to know me name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up to Smartish, and this here Irishman said to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear that they are all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling... This what? This niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Come on, guys. Come on. I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. But it was right old waste of time. Okay, what is our evidence again? Photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. The knife in his abdomen is clearly visible.
Objection.
I messed it up. I messed it up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want this to be one of those where I have to do this like 500 times. All right, let me press her again. Let me pursue him.
Excuse me.
Let me ask you something, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would that be, fella? Do you have something to say about that last statement? No, not really. I'm altogether happy with what's being said. Kind of ye to ask, still and all. Here, have yourself a tip. Does he think I was asking after his general well-being? But it was right, a waste of time, blah, 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 okay. Let's pursue him. He doesn't have anything to say about that either. Okay. Okay.
Hold it! Excuse me.
Excuse me.
it! Excuse me.
Excuse me. Okay. He has nothing to say about that. Press.
Excuse me.
So he don't got nothing to say about anything. I don't know what the hell to ask. I think I need to press her again. I need to press her and find like a highlighted like word or something.
Hold it!
Okay. Nothing there.
Hold it!
Hmm. A young woman who witnessed the incident from her hiding place aboard the omnibus on the night of the murder. She was discovered by the defendant. I thought she was 15. Now she's 17. Oh yeah, these mofos.
Hold it!
Hmm.
Well, no.
What the hell is Mookie laughing at?
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Mr. McGilden? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, counsel? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. And I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything in you here seem... Wait, what? Everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah, I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade, did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. But Jabers, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp. Mookie's a strange man. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yes, what should we make of that last statement of hers? I think it's important. It's important because she said she heard him snoring. It's important. My lord, I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important, but all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. You need to get your toupee glued on. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, counsel. Nevertheless, stop being racist. Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. It won't work on me. That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move. Michelle's over here insulting the judge when we're trying to help her out. I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring. Press. So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hit yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGilden sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah, would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a muck! So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to I'm driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was. Are there any conclusions we could draw from that, I wonder? I don't know. It makes sense, I guess. Well, that all seems to make sense. You took your time reaching that conclusion, counsel. Heh. What was that from Van Zeke? Is he laughing? Very well then, continue with the cross-examination. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang nearly jumped out of my... Okay. Didn't we already press her about this? Okay, he looks at her. All right, and let's press that again.
Hold it!
Hi, Trends. How are you? Someone screams. Bro, what am I missing? What am I missing?
Hold it!
Do I have to keep pressing her about the same crap?
Hold it!
Maybe I can catch Mookie laughing again. I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Hold it! Excuse me.
Hey, well, you're the one over here freaking out, so I'm just making sure you're good.
Hold it!
We already did this crap.
Hold it!
Hold it! I don't understand. I need some guidance. Yeah, I must have done something wrong. I think I did something wrong. I think I did something wrong. Oh, I keep skipping it. That's what I'm doing. I keep skipping it. I need to press her about that one where I gotta make Mookie freak out again, I think. I think it was this one.
Hold it!
I think. Not even letting me present anything. This. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Zeeks realized it too. Yeah, that's why he was laughing, because I did the wrong thing. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGildy snoring, but think. He gotta do all that to think? There's something else she should have heard. She should have heard the other dude, right? Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person, the dude that got killed.
Take that!
Rice-fired Mason? Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she keeps talking about Mookie getting on. Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGildy? That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard, at least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. That's true. That is true. So, yes, this petty thief statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks, yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. She over there typing like crazy. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. Uh-oh. She's ruining it for us. Michelle's ruining everything. She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways, but I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I. Mr. Foreman, I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways, but I must say I cannot abide liars. Oh my god. Oh, Michelle. Michelle's fucking it up for us. Okay. Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Oh my god, he's so annoying. Yes, very refreshing. Oh my god. Gar, what are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadon? This is carnage. It's perfect. What in the world? Okay. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going, I know if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilda's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Damn, why is Mookie panting so fucking hard? Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel! Look at Mookie. I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication, I think. Explain yourself at once. Oh my god. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There was only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. Oh my god. He was in there already. There's another entrance. He was put there after he died. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He was put there after he died. What do you guys think? Do you think the dude was in there already? I was thinking he was put there after he died. Because I don't think there's another entrance. And even if there was another entrance, she would have heard it. Because the only entrances are the doors. Well, there's only one door. Unless he came in from the top, which he didn't. Whoa. You can certainly see, yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin, so I'm sure the witnesses, that's not good for us. I mean, like, I don't think this opens, though. Well, I don't know, though, because there's a latch right there, kind of. Isn't that a latch? I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe... because those guys were up here and they were kind of shady. I don't know though. Because if he was put there after he was already dead, she would have heard it. I don't know. I think Hold on. Let's see. There's another entrance. That might be wrong, though. If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection.
Oh, God. I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows, fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In short, there's no entrance to the cabin other than the door. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Maybe this is right. All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here's the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim enter the cabin? Right here. Right here.
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I say, the skylight? Wow, Mookie, you knew the answer, so I guess you did do it. Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words, however. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through. So you claim, but do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? You took a guess, sure. You did that shit, that's how you know. Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claim to have heard a loud thud. Yeah, they did say something about a thud, yep. Such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with the dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses described? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact? Good gracious. Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it. You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, he's gonna say that the glass would have been broken. No, there's a fucking latch. Oh, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. Well, yeah, because they have something to do with it. What? And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony because they have something to do with it. You dipshit. Well, yes, that's true, but... Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but choosing not to say. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say. What is this? What is this little triangle around the eye thing? What is this? What is this? Like, what is, why? For why? What is the point of this? What? I think perhaps the two fellas, Trezo, do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Look, why they zooming all in on Willy Wonka? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? She never have nothing to say. You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Ah, look at her. She going ham over there. Look at her. Oh, look, yeah, be scared. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? What the fuck? He's giving bottom vibes. You rotter, he said, you rotter. What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage. I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me of thinny gentleman and well-respected banker? And me, a very angry hatter? Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts? It's a disgrace, it's scandalous, it's Nah, we're shipping you to the jail. We're shipping you to the jail cell, sir. You knew exactly how the victim got in there because you were there and you did it. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest too, about you, you rotten scoundrel. Oh my God. Order, this is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know? My lord, if I may comment? Go ahead, Lord Van Zieks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Yes. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yup. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. Testify. Hey, testify. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord, you will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. He over here cracking up laughing. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Keeping pushing forward? That was a typo. Okay, these mofos. Refuting the accusation. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't have possibly opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine. All right, thanks for stopping by, Trims. I appreciate you. Thank you. Without the other noticing forthwith, I missed that last part. My bad. That's right, you see. Oh, I can look at the history. How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. Yeah, Longhead. Look at her. Yes, using her brain. If you guys are working together, then it doesn't matter. Because their whole argument is like, well, how would we have seen, like, if one of us did it, wouldn't the other have seen it? But it's like, if you guys are working together, then... If you guys are working together, then that doesn't matter. What? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Oh, well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Let me check the court record. Let me check the court record. Go to the debtor's ledge. Let's examine this. Yeah, let's see whose names are in this. I know the one dude with the beard thing. Pretty sure his name was in there. God's just crammed for legitimately. After all, not everyone. I thought we had seen that one dude's name. Oh God, I got it upside down. Okay. Oh, it says it here. Among the defendants' list of debtors is Bruce Fairplay. Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Okay. Okay. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. Press.
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not, Dickin. Oh my gosh, I can look at everybody. Okay. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Excuse me.
Mr. First. Oh, how can I help you, sir? That last statement, did it trouble you in some way? Oh, not particularly, sir, no. If anything, he's troubling me with that hat of his. Oh, dear sir, I hope my hat's not troubling you, sir. Okay. Even the witnesses... Okay. Okay, whatever. Don't you think one or the other... Okay.
Hold it!
Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark. Perhaps too dark to see clearly? Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke? He said. Is this what this is? Is that what this is? My bad. Okay. Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly? Are you fair dinkum, sir? Let me look at everybody. Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. Okay. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any Trojan would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella, but you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Seeing things. I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. You. Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. Hold on.
Hold it!
So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, Loom, no, not once, never. He never met the man before, he said, never. This dude is so annoying. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin. Mookie got something to say. Mookie has something to say, guys. And it's because he just said that he didn't know anybody who was in the cabin, but he owes Mookie money. So that's a hard cap. That's a hard cap.
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for you? Did the witness's last statements give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection? Is that right now? I wonder. What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay, it has been too long, so it has. Eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe it's fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon? You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well, now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another? And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? Oh, did he make his hat? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about on your head, is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm just an apprentice, you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers? Such as Thrice-Fired Mason? Oh. He made that hat for him. This ugly hat. Who was homeboy next to Mookie? He makes hats. An apprentice milliner who witnessed the incident he was on the roof deck when the murder happened, but he makes hats. And Mookie just pointed out that he made the hat for the guy that was killed. So both of those guys on the top had a connection to Mookie and this guy. But they just said that they didn't have any connection with anybody in the omnibus, and they didn't know anybody in there, but that was a cat. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence afore, my lord. Oh, this you mean? Yep. He got on one of them ugly hats. I can't help thinking that the poor fella's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh. That's one of my hats. That it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. Look at Mookie. I rest my case. Damn, what the fuck? You little weasel. He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. Oh, I got an achievement. Ayy. Hat Hunter. The skylight was shut the entire time. I tell you, we couldn't possibly open it. Yep, that's a lie too. Are you quite certain about that the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. Okay. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. There's a latch. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. So it is, of course, a fella the size of Mr. Mason could lightly break right through it, still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the ting, you understand? Now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the ting means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see? But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rogue, I did. Wow. Are you expecting me to sentence you? What he's saying, guys, is that he was sitting inside the omnibus one day when he was riding it. He couldn't open it because you could only open it from the outside. So he's incriminating himself. He's an idiot. Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried when I was inside that cabin of shame. What Michelle said? Girl, what you talking about?
Excuse me.
Michelle got something to say. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade. She probably climbed in through the top, knowing her. It opens. The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? Oh my God. Is this necessary? Is this necessary? Okay. All them skylights open, dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon? That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, you can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out my ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck? Bailiff, climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims. Yeah, there's a latch. We already pointed it out. It's right here. Yeah. Yep, that shit opens. Oh, my hat. See? Order, order, order. So it appears that this street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo, this could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel, for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
Hold it!
Proof. That's right, I demand to hear it. We came here to say what we saw, I tell you, not for this. But you call us both shysters, brand us as criminals. You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves, now is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one another here. If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. It's so hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that we can truly determine that can truly determine the outcome of a trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying that what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. Okay. Let's see here. Wouldn't this be the evidence? Just the omnibus? Hi, Fred. What's up? I feel like the omnibus would be the evidence.
Objection.
Let's just consider the implications of that statement for a moment, shall we? Oh my God, don't tell me I did it wrong. Oh my God. This dude is freaking annoying, guys. So annoying. So the skylight was fastened shut before, but now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a... Okay, we undid it, but now what? Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Why someone like me? What is it? Look, just here. Look at this. That's without question. It's blood. Why would there be a blood stain there? Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? Why the fuck would this be unrelated? She's so... I'm done. The details of the omnibus have been updated in the court record. The scene of the crime, there is a blood stain visible on the frame of the skylight when it's open. We got some incriminating evidence, guys. Yeah, they're super annoying. The accents, oh my God. Okay, wait, the skylight was shut the entire time. Okay, now we can present this. Now we can present this. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom? Counsel, my lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? It's right up there. You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell from this roof deck through the skylight, okay? Where'd that shit go? Oh, it's right there. Looks like ketchup. Why are you guys saying the same stuff? Like, we done already talked about this. Oh my God. Can't be unrelated to the case. What a freaking idiot. Okay. You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell, blah, 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 blah. Okay, present. Got it. By Jupiter, is that... Oh yeah, the floor too. Blood? This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. Oh, they're about to say the N-word. Oh. They said no, never mind. Or maybe they were going to say it and then they changed their mind. Order, order, order. But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. No, that is incorrect, sir, because when the skylight door is closed, that blood, we wouldn't, no. The blood was on above that part. So that's a hard cap. And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight, sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean, why is he biting his cane off? And why are y'all freaking out if you're innocent? Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there. So it is. What? No. But it can't be. It's all lies.
Hold it!
Look at all this. My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. Damn. Please don't lick your knife again. So they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? She's not going to say anything, of course. I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. Okay, then why were you voting against him? The hell? On three then, everyone. 1, 2. They all better turn white. 3.
Objection!
Come on, Robert. Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight? Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? Of course he's the one that ruins it. For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
What? What are you talking about? It's there for all to see and it's clearly blood.
Objection.
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least not until this trial began. But are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session. What? Oh my god, bro. What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I'm well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts. What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scenes of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut tut, Lord Van Zeeks, this will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But if yous will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Oh. When she... oh, God, Michelle. Michelle, what'd you do? What'd you do, Michelle? When she shot the smoke bomb, somebody could have done that. Isn't that right now, counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. My learned friend, here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. Yeah, he's right. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think it could have been possible. Yeah, it could have been possible. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can, but still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh, good gracious, explain yourself, counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take as a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Bang, yep, and then the smoke went everywhere, yeah. What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo, cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Damn. Are you wise? Oh my. What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless gouger? Oh my God. Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as... Yeah, he's right. To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. Yeah, that's true. When the omnibus was first rolled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Shit, I don't know. have an inkling, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll say I have an inkling, but the floor? That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zieks has made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Yeah, that's true. He didn't mention that. Okay, okay, so we need to say yes. My lord, yes, counsel? There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you better start watching your back. Okay, Mookie, salty. Silence, Mr. McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. Grrr. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial? Oh yeah, that wasn't there in the beginning.
Got it!
Got it! If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good Lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Oh, well, no shit, dude. Hold on, guys. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm like ordering something. Hold on. Let's see here. Well said. I'll just do it while I read. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say it was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. What in the world? Oh, how did that happen? Sorry. Like, I'm looking at the live and it's like, it's showing like, it was showing like the beginning and I was like, wait, what? Okay. I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Oh. So who did it then? Is Mookie really guilty? He's about to be pissed. He's going to be panting so fucking hard. Watch. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. But you're the defendant. It's over, I tell you. What the freak? Look at Mookie, guys. Damn. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. 'Tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts. And the fact is that bloodstain is there, now. Ah, well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord? Oh my. I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, damn, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded would be found not guilty. Yes, which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really all right for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Oh my God, is he really guilty? Yes, my lord. The defense believes he could be guilty. He could be guilty. I'm here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me! He's so mad. Look at him. This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question? Are you of sound mind? What? Oh, 'twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an excited spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it afore, the trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. I can't. I really was thinking, like, I was joking about him being guilty, but he actually probably is guilty. I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something, you... Mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. It's gonna go on. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court. But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zeeks, my lord? I know, they just do whatever. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord. But wait. When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. He did. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief! You've more to say to me, have you? Just one thing, a warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. Okay, here he goes with his eyeball again. Okay, yeah. He's laughing. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, objection! Not guilty. Wow. Really? Really now? Okay. I guess there's nothing I can do. I mean, this is an outrage. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. This is redonkulous. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. That's crazy. That's good for us, but it's like not, because he clearly did something with the evidence. This is insane. 5:14 p.m. the Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. Okay. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soul and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Miss Asado, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Hey, that you did. Oh my God. Mr. McGilded. Ah, and that girl is with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure yous must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. What? Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there free man then? Hi, Ozzy, what's up? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. Look at his face. You're a straight talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. 'Tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Hey. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellas of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. Here he goes with this crap. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolutely faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. You're chilling? That's awesome. Same. All right, his maniacal laugh again. Yes. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. That would be what? You're a humble people, are you? You from the East? Well, if you insist. But have this still and all. You deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. Why didn't they tell us that? Like, what? They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now, but as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a well of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Okay, relax. This is uncalled for. Don't move. Whereas I want to say get a move on, she really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? She do be taking a long time. You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I ate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Who the hell? Naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. That's Lexi. Michelle. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment whilst I was changing onto a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What's it? What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then. Follow me. Fine. Have it your way. Oh, good. You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. Well, Or we'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. That was weird. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Yes, you're right, but where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings, but at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of the Gilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGill down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. Yeah, why you turn him down? And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What the? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Mookie set that shit on fire. Somebody's in there?
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
Oh!
This can't be.
So who's inside? Wow. And the realm of the Reaper. I got an achievement. Wow. Did Professor set Mookie on fire? What is going on? Oh, we only have one more left? Holy shit. Oh, wait. We have two more left. Damn, these are long. These are long, but they're good. That was crazy. Okay, I think we can stop there because that was my goal. My goal was to finish episode 3, so. My goal was accomplished. Yes. Who do you guys think was the culprit? Do you think it was Mookie's character? Or do you guys think it was somebody else? I think it was Mookie. He seemed a little too happy. He seemed a little too hyped for the trial to be over, and not because he was innocent. That was fun. You think it was Mookie too? Yeah. Well, what do you think happened just now though with the fire? Somebody was inside. I feel like Professor had Mookie in there because Mookie, we didn't see him just now. So I feel like he was examining the thing and then Professor got mad and wanted some revenge. Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all are so sweet. I appreciate you. You feel like it was a setup? Yeah. That was insane. That was actually a crazy one because I wasn't expecting that. That's interesting to know though that the person that we're defending could actually be guilty. This music I like. Reese's Puff, Reese's Puff. I haven't had any sunflower seeds in a while. I haven't had any of those in a minute. Bye, Ozzy. See you soon. I have work tomorrow too. I like this. It's a vibe. Yeah. So what are you guys' plans for the rest of the evening and tomorrow? Tomorrow we're jumping back into Life is Strange True Colors, the DLC with Steph, where she's working in the little DJ booth thing. We haven't played that in forever, so I wanted to finish that tomorrow. And we're almost finished with Great Ace Attorney. We have 2 more trials though. Finishing the Knicks game and work tomorrow. Gotcha. Yeah, and then after we do that, we're playing Cyberpunk tomorrow. So yeah. I might start the stream a little bit earlier tomorrow. Maybe like 6:30 or so. I don't know. Or maybe 7. I don't know. Because I'm off Thursday. I'm sure most people are off Thursday, so I can stay up a little bit later. Your cousin's coming up over tomorrow to put up Christmas lights. Cool. You left early again? I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Do you know what you're gonna do next week though? Like, what are you just gonna leave or what? I'm trying to find some good snacks. I don't see nothing. I'm gonna just get something from... Oh, this place got a lot. I'm shopping from this one. All right, let's see. Let's see what kind of snacks they got. Wait, what's Thanksgiving disrespect? What's Thanksgiving disrespect? Who disrespecting Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Thanksgiving is like any other day to me. Because I'm a picky eater. I mean, I reflect on what I'm thankful for and whatnot, but other than that, I don't be like hype, like, oh my God, I'm be eating turkey and yams and ham. And, like, I'm not like that because I don't eat that stuff. So to me, it's just like a regular day. It always has been for the most part. There's a lot of snacks at this one. Let's see. Snacks. Crackers and pretzels. Chips and popcorn. Yeah, I'm picky, so to me it's just like, Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know. I've never been big on Thanksgiving, so. Do 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 do. Let's see, what else do they have? Doom, doom, doom. Surfing. What do I want? What would I like to have? A vibe, yes. Well, guys, I don't want to hold you guys any longer. I'm about to end this. We accomplished our goal. I wanted to finish that trial, and I'm glad we did. I didn't think it was going to be that short, but we finished it. So yay. So next time we play, we can start the next one. I want to finish this game soon, though, like within the next week or so. I want to finish it. So we're going to definitely be playing it a little bit more just so we can finish it. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. Be sure to leave a like and, well, those of you in chat are already subscribed. But if you're watching and you're not in the chat, you're not talking, whatever, you're not subscribed, then, you know, subscribe. So you can know when I post more content. And thank you guys for leaving likes. I see that we have quite a few likes, so thank you. And if you haven't left one yet, be sure to do so. And I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. Tomorrow night, like I said, we're continuing with the Life is Strange True Colors DLC, Wavelengths, and then we're playing Cyberpunk 2077 and continuing with the story for that so I can see Judy again. You guys know what I'm saying. So I will see you guys soon. Good night, everyone.